Thank you, Brianna, for sharing with us how important of a role the calendar plays when booking hotels and vehicles when planning a vacation. Planning travel arrangements, booking hotels, and budgeting can be a daunting and expensive task, but when finished, it can be rewarding and you can have the time of your life. Trips can be taken for many reasons, whether it's the holidays or some of the most visited sites around the world, or maybe even cultural traditions. And now I will go over how planning ahead can save you money and time while having the time of your life. By now, just about everybody's heard the conventional travel wisdom. Traveling during the holidays can be the worst. Can you guess which holidays is the worst to travel during? You've guessed right. Thanksgiving weekend and Christmas weekend. Thanksgiving weekend is the busiest time of the year. This time is when everybody's trying to travel across the world to stuff their bellies and spend time with their loved ones. When planning a trip around this hectic holiday, the worst day to fly is actually on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, the 22nd, and the Sunday after Thanksgiving, the 26th. These few days, normally the airfare is pretty expensive, so you want to kind of travel after Thanksgiving or the day of Thanksgiving, just so you can go travel and get that last Black Friday shopping in. But the biggest year-end holiday makes for a plethora of the worst holiday travel days is Christmas and New Year's. A lot of people like to combine these 2-3 day weekends into 10-day holidays and just use up the remaining vacation time that they have. And there's actual reports that says airfare rises from their lowest points only gradually up until 3 to 4 weeks before the holiday begins. So if you really want to book these holidays, I would advise that you travel and book 3 to 4 weeks ahead of time. But guess what? Not everybody travels just for the holidays. And not everybody wants to stay off their beaten path of traveling. Sometimes you want to see what the fuss is about. And next, we will go over how pulling out the calendar and the checkbook might help choose some of the top vacation sites across the world. The chart to the left shows the 7 most visited sites according to the rankings in 2017, including how many people visited for at least one night in 2017 and the average amount of money that was spent per day that they were there. The graph to the right shows where the tourists spent the most cash. Yes, that's a lot of money spent. Also, with massive amounts of money spent means only one thing: lots and lots of people. These heavily visited places are mostly the home of some of the finest dining restaurants, some of the most thrilling amusement parks, and some of the most prolific tourist attractions that yet's been around. So pulling out that calendar and locking in those tickets and reservations for some of these places is a must. Actually, I have a fun fact. Damon Burrell, a famous restaurant in Albany, New York, is one of the most booked restaurants in New York. And guess what? Making reservations here won't be anytime soon. This restaurant is booked all the way up to 2025. Lastly, I would like to talk about is tradition. Now that we're coming to the end, now that we're coming towards the end of this discussion on calendar and planning trips, now that we're coming towards the end of our discussion on calendars and planning trips, our last stop will be with Daniel, and he will give you our closing remarks. Thank you.